Hello, Apex Scholars, and happy week 8 of Apex 1010 Our announcements for today is be sure that you check your balances. So for financial aid wise, if you have a balance with the university and if that balance is above $1,500, then you will not be able to register for your winter 2021 classes. So make sure you check your balances, see if you owe any money to the university so you're not surprised when that registration opens. As a reminder, if you have not completed your FAFSA, please do that. That opened up on October 1st, and this will be your FAFSA for next school year. Winter 2021 registration will be opening up November 4th, so make sure you're working with your advisors and knowing what classes that you will be registering for, as we are under a month away of registration. You have an upcoming group assignment coming up, and I spoke about that in about 2 weeks ago of that upcoming group assignment that is due, and it's their app presentation assignment. And that is also outlined in Canvas for this week, but also in your syllabus, and you'll be working in the same groups that you did in the previous project. So if you have any questions, as always, reach out before that project is due. Today's lesson, we'll be talking about your digital footprint. Communication. So we talked about last week or a couple weeks ago about verbal communication and interpersonal communication and building relationships. And now we'll be more so covering digital communication, your digital footprint, WSU technology, and then online scavenger hunts. Social media facts. About 90% of Fortune 500 companies are on social media. 92 of all US-based companies recruit using social media. 75% of recruiters check candidates' social media, and 1 in 3 recruiters reject candidates based on social media. And this is something that I can attest to, as my last 2 jobs that I have applied for, I have had my supervisor tell me that they have looked at my social media account before hiring me. And sitting on a hiring committee in one of my previous jobs as well, after looking at a candidate, my supervisor after interviewing the candidate, my supervisor looked at the candidate up on social media, did not like what they saw on her Facebook page and social media accounts, so end up not hiring this person because of what was found. So be aware that when you're applying for jobs, that people can look you up and will be possibly looking you up for a job. So just be careful in what you're posting on your social media. Your online presence is a public space. So remember that the internet is a public space. Although you feel like something is your social media account, everyone can see it, and what you post really never truly goes away. So although that you think it's gone in the air when you post a Snapchat or Insta story, it may not go away, and there are ways to retrieve that information if people really want to. Employers may be able to see your pictures and profiles even if you have them locked. If they're a little bit more savvy or a company, they can get a way to find those profiles and pictures. And I always like to tell students also to Google yourself, because that is your online presence as well. So it's not just social media. So if you've done something great and you're in the paper, if you Google that, that might come up. And that's a great representation of you. So if you Google yourself and you're kind of not liking what you see, then you maybe want to change that reputation that you have on the internet, so positive things can pop up. So when employers or maybe a scholarship committee looks you up on social media, they only see positive things on you. Bad social media habits. So you never want to post negative things about your job, your boss, or your professors, because there might be a way that someone can look into that, or we really live in a small world too, so you never really know who knows who. So posting about a professor or a boss may find its way back to that person. You never want to post about fights with friends, parents, or significant others. Any pictures of illegal paraphernalia or underage drinking, seeing that you all are under the age of 21, so you should not be posting anything on Facebook or any of your social media accounts as far as drinking. Any pictures that may be seen as negative as well. So just be aware of just your social media and what you're posting. Some of the accounts that we use in the Wayne State system, and I guess this was a little bit about the scavenger hunt I was talking about earlier. If you are unaware, you can go onto these websites and look into these to just find out more information. But you all should be aware of Academica, and there's also a student life website where you can look up for student organizations and what is going on just on campus. Even though it is social distance, they do have different activities going on virtually that you can look at. Also, the academic calendar is there, so if you're ever confused about when the semester ends or when finals begins, that has everything listed on the academic calendar about those important dates. The Wayne State class catalog, that outlines your general education requirements and major and minor requirements. So I know most of your advisors should have went over degree works with you, which is your degree audit, and it tells you what classes you need to take. But if you wanted to just get information on another major, you can always look that up with this Wayne State class catalog, but also your Gen Ed classes as well. And I spoke a little bit, like I said before, you should have all went over degree works with your advisors, and that just is a really good thing that you need to keep your eye on as far as your degree progress and your program and the classes you need to take, because sometimes I've had people in the past when I'm advising, not at Wayne State, but when I was advising at Eastern Michigan University, students were thinking that they were almost done with school and they were graduating the semester, only to find out when they came to an advisor and we pulled up their audit that they may have 1 or 2 classes still left. So you don't want to get in that situation. So you always want to make sure that you're checking your degree audit and the classes that you have taken and successfully passed are showing up on that audit, and everything is just reflecting as needed, so it's no surprises when it comes to graduation. Your revising works, hopefully you all should be used to using that as well, but there's a calendar on there. It also lists all of your appointments as far as tutor appointments and then also advising appointments as well. We also have on the Wayne State website a GPA and a SAP calculator. So a GPA calculator, you can put into this calculator and estimate your GPA. So if you have 4 classes and you're looking at possibly getting a C in 2 and an A in 1 and a B in another, that will calculate the GPA that you will get in those classes. And you'll also need to know the credit hours for those classes if you use that GPA calculator, because the more credits a class is worth, the heavier that is going to weigh on your GPA. Your SAP requirements is also staying in good standing with the university. So that calculates basically if you have 4 classes, you fail 2, so you have 4 classes, you're at 100% with those 4 classes. You fail 2 of those classes, you are at 50%, which puts you under SAP requirements. So you need to have at least, I believe, do not quote me on this, but I believe it's a 67% or higher. So that puts you at 50, which puts you under the SAP requirements, which can jeopardize your financial aid. So you need to be in good standing with SAP and GPA. If you have any questions about the SAP requirements, please feel free to reach out to me and I can kind of explain that in a little bit more detail to you all. We also have Academica, and that is where you're going to go look at your class registration here in a couple of weeks. You can also go to Academica to look at your records and your transcripts, any financial aid information, your personal information. If you have a job on campus or plan on getting a job on campus, your timesheets for all of our student employees will be there. So that's where you will be clocking in your hours. So you will get paid every other week. There's also job postings on Academica, campus events, and all of your final grades will be posted in Academica. So that is really key to know, because sometimes before instructors post final grades, they might not update your Canvas grade book. So you always want to know what your final grades are. And you want to look that up in Academica and not Canvas. And for some reason, because all instructors enter in grades manually, so we have a list of the grades. We're uploading those letter grades. Sometimes instructors may make a mistake. So you want to make sure when those grades are posted that it is correct, because you have a little window that you can check those and reach out to the instructor, say they accidentally entered in a C when you actually got an A in the course. You can reach out to that instructor and they can submit a grade change. But if you wait to possibly say this semester ends in December, and then you wait all the way until April to see that grade, there's little that they can do for you to make that grade change. So you want to make sure once those grades are posted at the end of December that you're looking them up in Academica to make sure that reflects what you thought you were going to get in the class. When you are looking into your winter 2021 classes, you want to go into Academica. And this is if you're in your advisor has not went over it already with you. And even if they have, this will just help you in the future to know how to look for your classes. But you'll go to Academica, either search or go to your frequent links, and there should be degree works. You all want to go to your what if section, and that will be on somewhere on the left hand side, because you need to choose a major. Right now, all of your majors are you're listed under Apex, which is not a major. So you need to click a major. And so if it's a business administration, if it's engineering, whatever it may be, you need to do those pull down menus to pick your major. Then process that what if, and then you can see what classes you need to take from there, because all the classes that you need to take will have kind of red boxes around them, and everything that you're currently in will be highlighted in blue. Anything that you've already taken and successfully passed will be highlighted in green. So you just really want to focus on those little red boxes, because those are the classes that you still need to take. Then you can head over to the registration, which will be registration.wayne.edu. Browse classes, and you'll click Winter 2021, and the view only should be up right now. So you should be able to view all of the classes that are offered for Winter 2021. And then from there, you can type in the subject. So if your subject is English, you'll type in English, and then whatever the course number is. So if you're interested in taking English 1020, you can search English 1020 and then hit search, and it'll come up with all the days, the times, and usually locations. But since we're going to probably be virtually and online for winter semester as well, it will probably just show up. Most of them probably will show up either as asynchronous or synchronous, and you can tell if a class will more than likely be synchronous if you see a day and a time attached to that class. So if you need help with searching classes, but your advisors will probably put you in most of your classes, but you may have an opportunity to pick a general education course. So if you need help with finding those courses, just reach out to me or your advisor, and I'll be more than happy to help you, assist you with those courses before registration. And also, when you're looking for those winter 2021 courses, you always want to make sure that you write down the CRN number. I believe that is it's about 6 numbers that you want to write down, because there are multiple English 1020 courses that will be offered for winter 2021. And when you go in and register, you want to make sure that you have the right English 1020 course. 1020 course. So you want to make sure that you have the right course and you have the right CRN number. So that CRN number is going to connect you to the course that you want. You want to know the title of your course, the number of credits that each course is worth, because you need at least 12 credits to be full-time. And if you are a Heart of Detroit recipient, I believe you need at least 30 credits or more for a combination for throughout fall all the way through summer. So talk to your advisor if you are a Heart of Detroit recipient, as you may need to take a little bit more than 12 in order to reach that 30 credit requirement to keep that scholarship. You also want to look at the instructor, and I always tell students, as it helped me when I was an undergrad, that you can use Rate Your Professor, and that kind of shows other students who have maybe had that instructor and can give you some insight on how that instructor is. Sometimes it's accurate. I found it most time that it was correct when I had the professor. And sometimes I kind of disagreed with some of the comments that maybe students had about a professor, and then I had them too, and I might have liked it. So you can take it, just read it, and see what other students say, and then you can kind of compare the instructor and see if you want that instructor or not. You also want to look at the days offered and times offered, and that, like I said before, if you have probably days and times offered, which means it will probably be synchronous course, which they will expect you to be there on your computer at a certain time in a certain day. And obviously there will be no locations, as we will be online with all the classes that you will be taking. There will probably be some classes offered on campus, but I believe that's more of our higher level courses like nursing and things like that. But all the classes that you will be taking should all be virtually and have no locations on there. And like I said before, remember, registration opens November 4th. So make sure you have no balances on your account and you're all ready to go on November 4th to register for your winter 2021 courses that will start in January. That is it, everyone. So please let me know, as always, if you have any questions, and I will see and talk to you all next week.